Welcome back, everybody. So this is a little bit of an update. Finally have a morning where I don't have to go out and work immediately, and there's no wind. It's well, right as I say that, you can see there's a tiny breeze. So last night had some real drama happen. I was out walking scout at dusk, and we were up here at the road, about 1/8 of a mile from where I'm standing, and I heard some commotion at the chicken coop, and I wasn't sure what's going on, but we just started walking straight here, and look at Scout go. When we got to right here where I'm standing, I could see from the driveway when we were walking down, I could see 2 dogs running around the chicken coop over there. And one of them was trying to like rip its way into the chicken coop, and the other one was running around barking and starting to try to dig a little bit. And I know exactly what was going on. You know, those dogs they're attacking the chicken coop. They're trying to literally break into the chicken coop, and the chickens are going crazy. I saw one of the dogs saw me, and it kind of moved away from the chicken coop and looked over at us and barked once. So what I did is, right as I saw it, I fired one shot towards it, not at it, but just to scare it. And it ran a little farther away from the chicken coop, and the other one came out from the chicken coop. So they were both standing there looking at me, and I decided to haze them. So right as I screamed real loud at them, "Get!" I popped off 2 shots, just "Get!" Pop, pop. And it was directed towards them, not at them. I fired about 4 feet from the dogs. I wasn't going to hit them. That got them moving. They started running. They started running out across this field right here. And they got about 50 or 60 feet and kind of slowed to look at me. And once again, super loud, "Get!" Pop, pop. Now they're running full speed. I let them get about halfway across the field. And then I, once again, "Get!" Pop, pop. And then when they got really far out there on the field, we're talking almost a 1/4 mile away, once again, pop, pop, pop. Keep them moving. I don't know whose dogs they are. I've never seen them. They weren't going to let me or Scout get close to them. If you're wondering what Scout was doing, when I started to shoot, she was right next to me. And then she took off. When they started to run, she took off after them. So when I was shooting, I was making sure not to shoot anywhere near Scout, or honestly, wasn't shooting at the other dogs to hit them. My goal is not to shoot somebody's dogs. The deal here, people, is keep control of your dogs. It really doesn't matter where you are. You know, I let my dog off the leash. Scout doesn't leave the property. If she did, I would take accountability for it. We also have caught a couple of other dogs on camera. About a week ago, I was walking Scout out again at dusk, and these 2 dogs appeared on my racetrack. They kind of ran around a tree and were faced right there at 30 feet away with me and Scout. And it was a large black Labrador and a husky. And one of those dogs growled at us. I don't know what to think about these stray dogs coming on our property now. I'm sure not going to let one of them growl at me or attack or get into a fight with my dog. I'm not going to tolerate that. I really don't know what to think about the whole thing. Like I said, I don't want to shoot somebody's dog. I just want people to, do the right thing, keep control of your animal. Look right here. One of them, this is when I caught him. One of them was trying to start ripping. It was trying to rip its way into this enclosure. Now, it can't get through this mesh, but it could start digging on the outside of it. Even if we extend the mesh out, a dog can dig a 6-foot tunnel in nothing flat. And that explains why several times in the last week we've come over here and the chickens have been scared to death, and they've been in the corner, like they don't even come out for their food. And that's not like them. They're pigs. When we show up, it's, they practically attack you for food. So but yeah, so twice in a week we've had encounters with 2 different sets of dogs, 2 different pairs of dogs on the property here. One of them encountered me in Scout and actually growled at me, and all I did with those dogs is I just went rah, and they freaking both started running like crazy, and then Scout once again, you know, ran after them barking, keeping them moving. So if I see dogs again around here, around the chicken coop again, I'm just going to shoot at them and scare them off. I'm going to haze them. That's actually called hazing. If you want to know what that is, just look it up on the internet. It is a known technique taught by several wildlife agencies, state wildlife agencies in the country. So it's a very effective way to chase off wildlife, and honestly, to chase off, you know, stray dogs or whatever. I'm hoping that those dogs got scared real good and they're not going to come back. I see evidence that these dogs have come here many times. So do I think they're going to come back? Yeah. Do I think it's going to be a serious problem? Probably. Do I have any idea where they live? No. I mean, properties are vast and expansive out here. Those dogs could come from miles away. And this isn't the kind of place where you just go up and start walking down each person's, you know, half-mile or mile-long driveway behind locked gates to start finding out who these dogs belong to. So, yeah, I don't really, like I said, I don't really know what to think. Now we've got, you know, dogs that are going to just show up on the property now that everybody's gone, and they're going to potentially be aggressive towards the livestock here and my dog or me or my wife. And yeah, not really cool with that at all. I've got her pretty much trained now where she's leaving the chickens alone. See, she's already wandering off and checking out the rest of Aj's camp around here. Paying no mind. There she is. See, paying no mind to the chickens. She's gotten, and the chickens aren't afraid of her anymore because she's been around enough, not paying attention to them. That, see, here they are. They're all waiting for me to feed them. You girls waiting for your breakfast? Okay, let's get you some food. Yeah, I didn't bring you anything else, but I'll come over later with some. Yeah, I promise. I promise. I'll bring some more. All you get's this scratch for now. I know it's kind of not enough. Good morning. Where are you? Which camera are you watching me on?
The one...
In the chicken coop? This one?
Yeah, there you are.
Here you go, girls. Yeah, I'm going to come over later and give them some more food. I just was making a video about the dogs, so I was just telling YouTube that I really don't want to.
Oh, nice.
I don't want to deal with people's dogs.
More of the dogs?
No. Well, the alarm went off. One of the alarms went off at midnight last night, but it didn't look like there was anything. So I don't see any signs, and the chickens weren't hiding this morning. So that means they weren't afraid. You know. So I'm hoping that that's.
Probably got. You did a good job scaring them.
I hope so. We got 2 different people's dogs coming, but I can see signs now where they've come here several times. They did try to tear part of the enclosure apart. That's what's got me nervous, is that they're willing to break in. So, hey, I put longer screws in all the hinges so that I don't think they can't bust the door off now. All right, I'm gonna go back to walking Scout. Tell Jeff I said hi.
All right, enjoy your day.
Okay, I'll see you. So if anybody out there's wondering, Scout is now a little over 2.5, so she's full grown, in my opinion. She's definitely a little bit calmer, and she just wants to mind all the time. She never gets in trouble. Me and Sue are never upset with her for anything ever anymore. She is just the most perfect, smartest, well-behaved dog. Honestly, I can't say enough about this dog, man. I'm so impressed with her. This is the best dog I have ever had. She's the smartest dog I've ever known. And I give her a certain amount of freedom now. You know, I learned something from a video I watched about 2 months ago. This guy that raises a lot of bully breeds and stuff, and deals with a lot of working dogs, works with Rottweilers and Molossers, and I can't remember the name of his channel, but he was talking about how there's a rule with working dogs, okay? Walking is not working. Doesn't matter if you walk or run your dog 10 miles a day, okay? It's not a job. It's not work. These dogs need work. And they need to be allowed to express their natural instincts. So I also found out that pit bulls were originally bred for hunting wild boar, and that they have an extremely good nose. In fact, most people don't know, but their nose is supposedly, you know, not quite as good, but almost as good as a hound dog. And, you know, Scout has always wanted to sniff everything. So in the last, well, actually for probably the last 6 months, that's when I first heard about that, I've been just letting her sniff everything a lot more. And it's really helped develop her a lot more as a dog. And I give her jobs to do. Hunting and being on guard duty. So she's always doing a job almost every waking minute. She's either on guard duty or she's hunting. And having a job to do constantly, along with getting exercise for me, she's a much calmer, much more well-rounded dog. And I'll tell you, you people should think about that if you have a working breed of a dog. Walking is not working. Give your dog a job. Okay, so when I started cutting firewood, I started taking those cases of cheap water with me, you know, little individual bottles. And Scout has developed an obsession with those bottles now. She steals bottles that are full. She steals bottles that are empty. She steals bottles. And now they are literally littered all over my whole property. And we've already gone through and cleaned them up a couple of times, but she just is obsessed. And we kind of just let her do it now, but some of them get buried. Some she just leaves strewn about like this. And she's constantly in search of another brand new one that hasn't been chewed on yet. And if you try to take any of these away, she gets all weird. She knows where they're all at. These are all like her prized possessions. Isn't that right? Nobody can touch any of your bottles, huh? Let's see. What's in that hole right there? Why don't you dig it up? Go dig it up. All right, let's go check out. Watch. You want to see something fun? Let's go over and check out the firewood piles. She's convinced there's pack rats in there, and she will go nuts trying to rip the whole pile of wood apart. Come on, Scout, let's go. Come on. Yep. You just want to rip the whole stack down, don't you? You're such a badass dog. You're just gonna rip down a whole freaking cord of wood to get to a pack rat. Scout's a badass. She may be a girl, but she's a badass. She's a great guard dog too.
This video is brought to you by SimPure. This air purifier made by Membrane Solutions includes a 3-in-1 HEPA filter with activated carbon to filter out odors, smoke, allergens, dust, pollen, and pet dander. It has 3 fan speeds, a turbo mode, and an ultra-quiet sleep mode, and even has a child lock feature. It also reminds you when to replace the filter. Okay, so this thing could not be easier to set up and use. Literally, the only thing you had to do is plug it in and then take the plastic off of here. And look, it's got these little pull tabbies on here to make it easier to get it in and out. So snap that back into place. It couldn't be easier. You just turn it on, and then you've got some different options here. First off, you can turn the lights out, which I really like because chances are we're going to have this in the bedroom, so who wants those lights when you're trying to sleep? So that's a great feature. Then it's got a sleep mode, so it goes to the lowest setting and then turns the lights out. That's cool. Or you've got turbo mode, that goes to the highest setting. And then you can put it on a timer. You can adjust the fan speed, low, medium, and high. And then it gives you a little window here into your filter life, so there's no question about when you need to replace the filter. So we're going to use this for about a week, and then we're going to check it and see how much dirt it collected. So I'm really excited about this. It's very dusty here, and I've got pretty bad asthma and allergies, so plus we have the dogs. So yeah, it's always dirty and dusty in here. So I'm excited to see how much this improves our air quality. It does have a little bit of weight to it, but I can pick it up with one hand pretty easily. Okay, so I found a home for this on the counter in our bedroom. So we're gonna run it back here, and honestly, it's really quiet. This would be like the perfect amount of background noise if you like that kind of thing while you're sleeping. And one neat feature that I'm noticing while I'm getting this set up is that the exhaust and the intake, or whatever you want to call it, is on the top and on the sides. So you can put this flush against the wall if you were so inclined. So it's a pretty sleek design. All right, so we'll see you back here in a week.
1 week later.
Okay, so we finally have some rain after 2 months of no rain. It has been really dry and dusty, and we are talking dusty. The road to get out to the highway here has like 12 inches of this like super fine powdery dust on it. It's really hard to even take our little Chevy Malibu on it because it just like drowns in the dust. It's like you're in an ocean of dust. But so we finally got some rain. So speaking of dust, it has been about a week since we set up our HEPA air purifier from SimPure. We did a review a while back of a water dispenser that we got from SimPure that we actually ended up giving to our dear friends Scott and Terry. And as far as we know, they're still using it and loving it, and that's a really great product. So be sure to check that out as well at the simpure.com website. But at any rate, so today we're talking about their HEPA air purifier. So this thing is meant for up to 1,500 square feet. I've been using it for about a week now. I started out with it in the bedroom, but decided to move it out here just because it made more sense. It's a lot more dusty and dirty out here. So we're gonna check the filter in a minute and see what it looks like. But the other day we were, Ed was working on this one's nails, trimming his nails with one of those Dremel type things. And all of a sudden there was just all this nail dust in the air, and I just hit the turbo button right here and it turns it on high, and it literally just sucked all of the nail dust right to it. You could literally see it go that way. So this thing really works, and it's very quiet. That's on the loudest setting right now, and it still is pretty darn quiet. So let me turn it back down. You know what, my favorite thing about this is the sleek design, because I've had air purifiers before, and there's always like an exhaust or an intake or something on the back side of it so that you can't push it up against a wall or anything like that. But this has a really sleek design, and everything is on the sides and on the top, so you could push this right up against the wall. It's really a space-saving design, so we even have plenty of room for it right here in the RV. So we've been using this all week. I'm definitely curious to take a look at the filter and see if it looks dirty. We haven't been running it 24 hours a day just because of power. You know, we have to monitor our power usage. We only have so much, especially in the winter as the days get shorter and we have less sun, since we only have solar power. So we have not been running it at night, only during the day, but probably about, 12 hours a day, I would say we've been running it. So our little filter life symbol here has not gone down at all. So we're still at 100% on the filter. And apparently you only have to change the filter on this thing about every 6 to 8 months. This thing is going to be on sale for Black Friday, so make sure you go and check out their website. We'll put some links in the description, as well as any discount codes if we have any. Okay, the moment of truth. We're going to pop this off and take a look. Well, Oh yeah, you can definitely see it's been doing some stuff. The lighting is really not very good in here. Let me see. Yeah, the backside's definitely dirty. Yeah, like I said, when we had it on for the nail dust, you could literally see it making a little path right to it. All right, well, we'll keep using it and we'll see what it looks like by the time the filter life is completely used up. So I am very grateful to have this air purifier, especially going into winter where, you know, we're enclosed in this small space more with the windows closed and the air can just seem kind of musty and dusty and not quite as fresh. So I'm very grateful to have this. Thank you so much, SimPure. Be sure to check this out at simpure.com and get it while it's on sale. I believe it's only $109.99 on sale for Black Friday. So go check that out. If you've got allergies and asthma like me, this thing could be a lifesaver. Thank you guys for all your tips on the cat house. The consensus among the internet and you guys is either to use a tote or an ice chest. I could not find an old ice chest. I'm going to keep looking at Goodwill and Savers and stuff. But for now, I am going to make one out of a tote, so that'll be coming up in the next video. It's not quite too urgent to make the thing for the cat because it's basically Paul and Ellie's cat at this point. It's been living over at their place, I think, most of the time, and it even sleeps in their bed with them, I think, sometimes. So I don't know. It's basically their cat, and we will be watching it over the winter, kind of. So we're going to make a little house for it out of a tote. And we don't have any straw. You're supposed to put straw in it, but it's going to be inside the garage tent, so we figured it'll stay dry, but we're going to put a little bed in there. Anyways, you'll see in the next video we're going to make that and set that up, and hopefully the cat will find that and have a nice place to go once Paul and Ellie leave for the winter. So okay guys, that's all for today. It's blustery and windy and cold and rainy outside. It's Sunday, so I think we're gonna relax and maybe pull the couch out here and put on some movies and just enjoy the rest of the day relaxing. I hope you guys are well out there, and thanks for watching. See you on the next one.